the Lord with everything that you had, with every bone in your body, with every piece of energy you have. You will bless the Lord, all that is within you. Somebody say, praise his holy name. Everybody just lift your hands up. The song is very simple. It says, I will bless the Lord. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. All my soul.
Bless the Lord, O my soul, with all that is within me. Bless his, not your name, bless his holy name. How many know that it's always wise to bless him? David, how wise is it to bless him? David says, so wise, I will bless the Lord at all times. And his praise, well, I wish I had some folk to come here to have church today. And his praise shall continually be in my mouth. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Bless his heart. Bless his holy name. Bless his holy name. Look out for praise, my Lord. Thank you, Kevin, Brandon, Lady Michelle, LaKyla. I'll tell you, I love them. I love them praise and worship songs. And that didn't just start when I was a little boy. They used to have a guy named Oral Roberts on before he got a little crazy. But they used to come in and say, bless the Lord. And what I like about it, it didn't matter what denomination you were, you felt that. You could be Catholic, Church of God in Christ, Presbyterian, Catholic, but when they say, bless the Lord, it didn't matter what you was, it's just if you knew the Lord. Come on, say it to somebody. And if you knew the Lord, you couldn't say nothing but bless his holy name, because his name is holy. How many know his name is holy? And what? Did anybody come and have church this morning? My Lord, I don't know about y'all, but I am excited and ignited to be here. I have been to so many homegoings and so many funerals in the last 3 months. Folks under the age of 50 and 40. Teenagers, 12-year-old kid. Going on. So I just think that if you hear, I don't care what's going on in your life, you ought to just bless him that you got breath. Matter of fact, look at your neighbor, make sure they breathe. And if they breathe, say, why ain't you blessing them? Come on, say amen, somebody. If you got a toothache, at least you know you got a tooth that's aching. Come on, say amen, somebody. David said, I will only bless the Lord when I feel like it. He said, I will bless the Lord at all times. I will bless the Lord today. Tell your neighbor, I dare you to just start thinking. Because if you start thinking, you can't help but start thinking. I never see right now, somebody just think about one thing God did for you. And just give him some praise for that one thing. Let me help you out. He woke you up this morning. Started you on your way. With cloth on your back. With food on your table. Gave you your children. Gave you your grandchildren. Somebody ought to say, yes! Oh! Y'all messing with the wrong one. When you start talking about blessing, because I know some of y'all sitting here like you got it going on, all your bills paid. You ain't got to worry in the world, where in the world. But if you told the truth, you tell somebody, say there's some stuff that God has done for me that I know I didn't deserve. And he still did it anyway. I'm so glad God ain't like us. You get on our nerve, don't call me. First time, shame on me. Second time, shame on me. But I'm so glad first time, mercy on me. Second time, mercy on me. Third time, mercy on me. Fourth time, mercy on me. Fifth time, mercy on me. Anybody say like the lyrics in mercy? God got a real unlimited. They be telling me I got unlimited. And then they come sending me a notice saying you went over the limit. You might have to pay $15 more. But one thing I like about God, when he says he's unlimited. I ain't gonna be all anyway, amen. Amen. I'm gonna leave y'all alone. But right before we get ready, so glad to know that Deacon Willie has left the hospital and the rehab. He's at home. Give him a blessing, amen. And I'm glad that Deacon Willie don't cuss. Well, I ain't heard him, man. I ain't heard him. So. No, but he got out the hospital and he wanted to be here yesterday at the Fall Fest. And So, you know, he's still learning how to walk and stuff. And visiting nurse came and said, no, you got to stay home. You know how it is when you've been cooped up. You just want to go anywhere. So you don't preach it outside till you can't go out. Come on, y'all ain't talking to me. You ever know, you don't preach it outside, the mama say you can't go outside. Y'all ain't working out prayer. You ain't never thank God for the sunshine before. Come on, say amen. Somebody make that something about when you restricted. And I felt sorry for him, but we're so glad that I got a feeling somehow he's gonna show up today somehow. He got to crawl in or something. I just know him. But I've been doing this and I want to keep doing this. So before I do this, somebody in here, look at your name. Just look at your name. Look at somebody close to you. Look at them real close. Say, hey, I ain't trying to be funny, but you just look like you can use a hug. You ever go hug 12 people? Come on, go hug 12 people. Go hug 12 people. Come on, somebody need a hug today. Somebody had a rough week. Somebody had a rough morning. Come on, tell them I love you and nothing you can do about it. Jesus is. You don't know, you don't know. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Raise it up for Jesus. Raise it up for Jesus. Raise it up for Jesus. Raise it up. Come. When I get 50 cents, you got the whole dollar. I got the dollar, and I got a holler. I got a dollar, and I got a holler. Hey. You got somebody beside me. Somebody beside me. Give me sisters. And have you got my back? I'm going to rap too. On my back. That's all right. I was hanging with Ozzie Smith the other night. He helped me out. Amen. Amen. Say thank you to my baby sister. She knows that People is my guy, and been my guy ever since. I love People because he sings about love. He stands for love, and I really admire him. You know, a lot of times these artists, they just get known for singing, but People is a real down-to-earth brother. On Friday, he went to the Urban League, and they had some Son Passage that they were honoring for the Sons of Passage, so they let him say a few words, and you know, he was talking about encouraging them and being motivated and staying on their dreams and stuff, and you know, people are all with that. And then he said, I got 30 CDs. You can see people, here you go, and we knew it was coming. He said, I got 30 CDs, he said, and you do have to buy them. Okay. He said, but when you buy them, every dime going to those young men. So I give God praise for him. He's a good brother. He's a good brother. Never forgot where he came from. And he's still following the word. The Bible told him to be fruitful and multiply. He's 67 years old. He got a 9-month-old baby. Looks just like him. Say amen, somebody. Amen. So if somebody say they saw your pastor at the Fox, I sure was. And I tell you, boy, you ain't seen the Midnight Train till you see Gladys do it live. Oh, Lord. Well, she hit that if anyone should write my life story, I see some show no saints. Come on, Gladys. What's up, man? I ain't got no moves. I didn't know Ozzie could move like that. I started to get up and show him I could move a little bit, but I didn't want to embarrass him. Ozzie was like, you better do that thing, man. Amen. But we praise God, and I tell people, you know, we can have good Christian fun. And when somebody go and you can't go see somebody who sing love ballads, you ain't gonna never make nobody no husband. But if y'all tell the truth now, some of y'all that's married, the babies wasn't made on Peace Be Still. You were standing on the banks of Jordan, watching the, come on, y'all say amen, somebody. Y'all gotta tell these kids the truth. You might have had a teddy bear, but we had Teddy, y'all help me say amen, somebody. You had the teddy bear, but they had Teddy on the record player. Young people, y'all know about that, the 8-track. The cassette, say amen, somebody. So, and y'all know me, I love. But I want to do this right before we do our scripture and prayer and move on, but I've been wanting to do this. I love to do this. You know, I love to honor you guys. And this week has been an awesome week, man. But I'm going to start off in the order that they come. And when they come, I just want you to just come stand right here. When we get done, we're going to take a picture. These are our superstars for the week. First young lady, I'm so proud of her. I've known her for 30-some years. She's an awesome sister. Love God, love a church, love a pastor, love her fellow members, and I've always seen the great potential. Sometimes it takes people a while to recognize who you are. Sometimes they blind, sometimes they just hate us. But something about it, the cream is always going to rise to the top. You just keep on being faithful and keep on being serving. And I know a lot of times we be teasing her, you don't miss work for nothing that Jesus coming. But she's got that work ethic, and it has really worked out for her. She already had a supervisor position, and on Tuesday, they put her in as the manager of accounting operations. She has 26 craft employees, those union people, 4 system accountants. She's responsible for monitoring and reconciling sales from all post offices across the globe. That's billions of dollars. And you know, she already had her green belt. Very few postal supervisors have that. And she graduated from the prestigious MLP graduate program, just got promoted, and she'll be flying out Wednesday handling business for the Postal Service. Give us some love for Lady Catherine G. Suggs. Amen. 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 I'm too proud of her. She's been my right arm ever since I got here. And a lot of the way that we run is because of you, Captain. I appreciate it. Nobody ever tell you they appreciate it. I appreciate you. Amen. Amen. All right, y'all gotta say so. We got some more. But you deserve it. Second, I want to honor a young lady. She came here, her and her husband and her family, an outstanding family. She already handles our fitness ministry. She's handling the breast cancer ministry. She's a mother. She's a wife. But she's also a champion coach. And on yesterday, her and her husband, I don't want to say kicked butt, but on yesterday they was over at playing their last game of the year. And I want you to know, Sean and Sophia, this is their first year coaching at the Y. And the parents are signing up. So yesterday, they went over there and handled their business. So I want to recognize Sean and Sophia as coaches, outstanding coaches. A power couple. A power couple. A power couple. Now, it wasn't no favoritism, because I was there. It wasn't no favoritism, I was there. And it was like the Davis against the Goliath. Their team was like this tall, and it was playing girls this big. Now, I was about to chest of birth certificates. I was like, y'all not gonna tell me. But I want to let you know they didn't back down, because just as her mother and father are champions, she was the MVP. She won it all. Give it up for Sasha. Now, I'm going to let y'all know when she won, got her little medal and her certificate and her trophy and stuff, her pastor was there with her flower. Come on, say amen, somebody. Amen. Sasha, I don't know how she did with these little bitty arms, but she was hitting the volleyball across the street. These little bitty out there, my Lord. She was hitting across the street, and I was so proud. I was so proud of her. And then the next young lady, she came to us a couple of years ago, and kind of slick, y'all. No little kids steal my heart, so she brought all these little 12 little babies up in here. But on yesterday, she came to me, she said, me and Reverend Garnett got an idea about doing a fall fest. And I said, I had never really, I heard about it, I hadn't seen one. But we did one yesterday, and it was off the chain. So I want to let you know, we got to give you a prop. You did that thing. Come on up, please. You did that thing, girl. It was awesome. I don't know how she paid for it. She must just call this a favor. We had bounce houses, we had all kind of face paint and all kind of, and she didn't charge nothing. She said, I want to do it, and she made it happen. We had pumpkins. I don't know. We got them from Echoes when they were asleep. Somebody donated them, but I think. And then yesterday I started off with 3 volleyball games with the coaches. And then after that, I came to the church, and I was on the grill for 3 hours and for the Fall Fest. That was fantastic. And she gonna say thank you to everybody that helped her later on in the service. And then after that, we had one of our seniors going to homecoming. And so I'm like, I've known her before she knew her. I knew her when her mom and daddy was thinking about it. Gonna sneak and make her. Come on, say amen, somebody. That was the first one y'all snuck. She was, okay. But anyway, I watched her grow up. We call her Biscuit. We called her, that's her daddy called her Biscuit Heavy Duty. But she was beautiful and fabulous. Come on up, Danielle. was in front of herself. I said she was getting ready to go. She didn't really drive, but we made y'all think she did. She was sitting there like she drove, but now it was cold, it was freezing. I ain't never been out that kind of cold. But you know, I love you. I love you dearly. Your dad was going on and on and on and on about thank you, and I appreciate it. But like I told your dad, that's what uncles do. I knew he had to be driving that bus so them folk get to work, but I was going to be there to see you off with your flowers, and it was an honor to be there for you. Amen. Then, I was so tired. 3 volleyball games, smell like barbecue smoke. I wonder when nobody want to hug my bratwurst. Come on, say amen, somebody. So then ran to Belleville, got the flowers, Danielle, and so then we had another young lady going to homecoming. She made homecoming court. She's special because she was the first baby. When I got to Faith United, she was in Pampers. She was in Pampers, so she's the first baby, and so now she's a graduated senior. She made homecoming court, and I call her my Heavy Pie. I got Heavy Pie and Millie Pie. Oh, last night she went to homecoming, but come stand in your sister play. Amen. 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 They both, I tell Kim, they both my pies. I know they be hating in public now. You Heavy Pie and you Camille Pie. Say amen, somebody. Camille Pie. And then one more thing, and I'm done. There's a young lady. I always check my kids, and I check on my kids, and this is her worst subject. She hates the subject. She don't like the subject. But I told her, I said, that's why you got to go ahead on and do your thing in the subject. And so they had a test subject that she hated, and everybody in the class flunked the test that liked it. And she don't like it, but she passed. So come here, Kyla. Amen, 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 amen. So I just want to say to you all how much I appreciate you. Any leader that thinks that they can do it by themselves has got to be foolish. You're only as strong as the people that hold the ladder. And you don't go up as high with the folk that you trust holding that ladder. If you don't trust nobody, you're going to the first step. But because of you all, the steps are unlimited. And so I want to say thank you. A lot of churches don't think this is important, but y'all are the heart and the soul of the ministry, because now somebody else will be up here today. So give them all a hand. Amen? I won't be in the picture. I ain't winning them, but I was y'all pastor all week. Give our all-stars a amen, amen. Now, Lady Catherine, I know that came with a little extra change, so let me hold something. Let me hold something. Is that good? Let me hold something.
More cards, more cards.
Thank you all so much. And if you ever do something around here and I don't highlight it because I don't know it, I am whatever I am because I don't care if I was out there racing cardboard boxes. My grandmother supported me. So I realized how important. People may say, I don't need that. It's not because you need it, because you deserve it. And I'm glad that we at a church, there ain't no hate or racial crowd. And you tell your sister you wearing that dress, you tell her he look good. We know what kind of people we are. You tell me, Pastor, you look good, I ain't gonna say, it was trying to holler at me. Sexual harassment, I feel dirty. You give me some money, I'm gonna say I feel dirty. I say, God bless you. Because I'm retired, I can use it. Come on, say amen. So, as big as come on, I just want to let y'all know how much I appreciate y'all and how much I love y'all. Last time I went out of town, I went to Dallas a few weeks ago, and I got a whole box of letters from my love bug. They say he going out of town, nothing special. My share, dear Pastor, I love you. I hope you have a safe trip. Hope you enjoy your trip. The other young lady, I hope you have a safe trip. I hope that you enjoy yourself. We love you. Can't wait till you come back. Kamaya, be safe, Pastor. Have safe travels. I will always love you. Coriana, I love you so much. Hope you have a good trip while you're out of town. Tamia, we love you. We hope you have a good trip. This is Montisha. I hope you have a fun trip. Be safe. God be with you. God bless you. I miss you already. You ain't left yet. I love you. Just tell you. So we got a great church. We got great children, great individuals. And I want to let y'all know I love me some y'all. Amen? Here's the replacement certificate for Baby Sean. And You better, I'll always love you. I'm gonna get y'all to say. But I stopped by Walgreens today, and while I was at Walgreens, they don't send me no coupon talking about 2 5x7s free if you buy 2. So I said, well, I can do 2 5x7s. I said, here go one to Danielle and her date. She was clowning. There's some for your library. Amen. Amen. And there's another one of her sitting in the car like she gonna drive it. I said, okay, Danielle, you can get out now. The picture's over. Come on, say this on that. Amen. Amen. And then I have 2 of Haviland and her date. And let me say this. I'm not talking about nobody kid, but I went over to see them off. I went to the high school. It was like, what, 8:30 last night in the cold rain. But anyway, I was so proud of Danielle and Haviland. They look like elegant queens. I'm just being honest. When I walked up a little before y'all got there, some of them dresses were so short. I mean, it's cold. Come straight up to here. I'm saying it's amazing. And they just freezing. And I thought one girl she had everything out. I was like, no, let me get out for somebody to take a picture. They thought I was at the Hustler. Come on, say amen, somebody. But I'm telling you, I just want to say, they look like young ladies. I was so proud to walk in, because sometimes, if they had been dressed naked, they were like, oh, you're a pastor? I just know her from around the block. She lives on the street. But I was so glad to say, I'm their pastor. I mean, they were dressed modestly, and they were also the most beautiful girls there. Wasn't none showing, wasn't none hanging out, wasn't no advertisement. So I just want to say congratulations. And y'all keep on being young ladies. Those are the young ladies who get husbands. Those are the young ladies who get lifetimes and not night times. Matter of fact, I can say that Danielle already got a promise when you give her hand. Amen, amen, amen. Amen, amen. So give God some praise for our young people and our ministry. Come on, deacons. Amen, amen, amen. My chest about to bust last night. Good morning, good morning. Well, y'all can do better than that. I know if y'all was playing bingo again, y'all say a lot of. I think first off, we ought to give Pastor a round of applause because we couldn't do anything without this support. And I know that none of y'all hit that building because y'all here. Go ahead, man. I bet they didn't try. So I called Deacon Willie this morning, and he actually called me a little bit after 11, and he just wanted to tell everybody how he wished he could be here, and he wished he could do the scripture. And he's got his pick on and everything else. Ah, you know what? I'll just show you better than I can tell you. Go ahead, Penny. Amen. No. No. That's not him.
Good morning, Faith House. Today's scripture is coming from Psalms 23. If you see it or you haven't seen it, and it reads, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leads me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." Thank you. The Lord bless the reading and understanding of his word. Before I finish, I'd like to say thank you for people of Faith House and for all those well-wishers and people who prayed for me. It really means a lot to me. And thank God for you all. And I want to say thank you, to everyone who came and visited, those who sent messages, those who emailed me, Thank you for Lady Kia, Pastor Penny, Maddie, Connie, and all those who visit me. I appreciate it, and I thank you for it. God bless you, and have a blessed day.
He said he wanted to steal me the scripture every Sunday. I said, well, if I come record you every Saturday. So.
Good morning, church. May you bow your heads, please. Our Father, God, calling you right now, God. God, come and humble as you. I just thank you for everything you're doing in our life right now. God, I thank you for blessing the church right now, God. God, I thank you for blessing our pastor right now, God. God, bless people who are on their way here right now but haven't made it right now, God. Bless people who want to come but can't make it right now, God. God, bless the people who are going through anything right now, financially right now, God. Emotionally or spiritually right now, God. Or even physically right now, God. Give them the strength right now, God, that you know that they will be able to make it through another day right now, God. God, help them understand you are God all by yourself right now, God. God, I just pray you give our pastor strength right now, God. God, you know he faces so many things in his week right now, God. God, keep him lifted up on all sides right now, God. Also, I pray for our church family right now, God. We all go through our personal tests right now, God. God, keep us focused right now and paying attention to you only right now, God. I ask you in many blessings in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. You can have your seats. Amen. We'll ask the choir to get ready. Come on in the choir. Also, we want to pray for the gentleman that brought us our bounce house on yesterday. Did a phenomenal job with the bounce house. Kids loved it. But on his way home, he hit a deer and tore his truck up right after he left us. So we want to send our prayers up to him. And so we just want to, ain't nothing like when you tear your stuff up. That's the worst feeling. I don't think no worse feeling than an accident. And so he just left us. He took care of us, and he hit a deer. And Dickie Shawn was. Well, I thought Dickie Shawn was gonna go and check on him. Dickie Shawn said he was gonna go see if the deer was still there. I guess he was gonna check on him and see the deer. He said, I said, how long can he be dead? He's still warm. But now on a serious note, we pray for that. We pray because that's his business. That's his business. And he was a great guy to work with. I don't know if he was a great guy to work with. And I know you will definitely, all of those people that did those donations, they hooked us up. Because that would have cost a fortune. That was a cost of fortune. So I hope as much as we do Fall Festival, those blessings keep falling on us. Amen. Y'all singing the paint off the walls. You would have to heard it with the pink polo, that Ralph Lauren. Now unto him who was able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ask or think. Does anybody need God to fix something for you today? Do you need him to do something for you? We don't have to go through all of the everything, but we just gotta say, God, we need you. It's the situation where somebody is here right now, they just want God to come see about you. I don't know about y'all, but I said, God, come see about us. As we sing this song, I just ask that you listen to the words, you meditate on the words, and you let your heart be poured out to God. Yeah. So now I feel the rain. I feel the rain. Oh, I feel the rain. Oh, I feel the rain. I see the rain. I see the rain. I see the rain. Don't be scared, I see the rain. Yeah, I see the rain. In my life, I see the rain. In my home, I see the rain. Oh, my job, I see the rain. Oh, it's raining. It's raining. Get ready to go. Come here, my shelf, before you go. When I rushed out of church last week, they were doing an award ceremony down at the Christian Activity Center down in East St. Louis. And when I got down there, my babies always make me proud. And when I got down there, they was doing illustrations for donors, for people to keep on funding the center and keep on helping them out. And so they brought up this little girl that was a martial arts champion. And she had won medals all over the country, and it was our baby, Marcel. Give her a hand, amen. Amen, amen. Now I was a little weird because they had her doing a match against her cousin. And I said, I forgot they was cousins, but boy, one thing about it, you know, it's like when you play ball, you kill each other on the court after you still cousins. So I was just so proud because her cousin, Tanaya, and they were doing a match against each other. And when she got up there and showed out, and then Kanaya, she introduced the center in Russian. So we have some very talented little girls, and then all the other girls, they came out and they danced up a storm. Stand up, everybody danced last week. Amen, amen, amen. They showed up. So I want to tell y'all, keep on being good little girls, because one day I'm going to come to your homecoming, and I want y'all to be the same type of ladies that these ladies were. Give them a hand, amen. Proud of you. Don't forget to come back to your birthday unless you don't want your, amen. We're going to go to Children's Church. Y'all make sure y'all get Michelle back here, because I had to bring some dollars today because her birthday three weeks late. She had a big thing last night, and last year I was going to give her bird seeds. She graduated. She said, no more bird seeds for her. Amen, amen. What's up, little man? You better worry. Why I tell you? Lady Ron, you be keeping this boy, man. This boy be clean. You gotta be, what you talking about? Hold on. Lord, right now, my kid been sucking his thumb since she been in the world. And she trying hard to let it go, God. And I'm gonna put no red pepper and no hot sauce on her thumb. So I rebuke that dumb spirit that won't let her go. Amen, amen, amen. All right, superstar, amen, amen. Amen. Well, her mama, coach and a half, you know, the game was on the line a couple times and Sasha was up to serve. So this was what Sophia said. And Sasha, we need you to win the game, but no pressure. Sasha said, we need you to win the game, but no pressure, no pressure. No. So Sasha, I tell you, Sasha did that thing. That's why I love it, because when I go and I see their eyes light up. That's a feeling that you can't explain. I almost got emotional last night when I went to the park and I got out some long stem roses about as long as Danielle was tall. And her eyes lit up as big as this sanctuary. And for me to see somebody that I watched from a baby and to just see her glowing like that, it just really, I told Reverend Scott, I know how worried he was to not be able. But I said, that's what family do. That's what family do. And if somebody else expect me to stand in the gap. Amen, amen. And I'm telling you, I just can't say enough how proud I was of them. Y'all just keep it up. Because y'all don't have a choice around here. All our sisters have it together. From the mothers all the way down. They stay cute. Men stay handsome. So you ain't got no, You ain't got nothing. If you want your hair done, you can't get it. We got a master beautician in the house. Lady Michelle, Sophia does her. Yeah, come on, say we got folk out here who do braids. Amen. You don't want to do no hair. We got people. Reverend White got clippers. He can shave it all off. Come on, say amen. You just don't want to deal with it. Say amen, somebody. You want to be short, long, smooth, whatever you want. We got you. We got you covered. Amen.
You see that professional makeup job thing here?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got to give your makeup artist a shout out. Yeah, I sent your makeup. I thought you went over there and spent about $400. I was like, wait a minute, man, yeah, girl, you know. But and I want to say to you in heaven how much I appreciate you taking care of your girls. It ain't just a once a month thing. It's not just a once a month thing. Not just a once a month thing. She hooks them up. Yes. So yesterday, y'all looking at the fall film. What happened? I want y'all to know she would get Danielle. When Danielle came out the house, she did the makeup. Amen, somebody. Y'all go, baby, want some makeup? I said, shoot. Amen. Now some stuff I'm gonna leave to y'all. But I just love that. That's why I said there are so many resources right here in our church. If you got a teenage daughter, 12, all the way up, there's no reason that we ain't got the help here. We ain't got the help here. And I thank heaven because I used to try to counsel the little girls and stuff because I love them, but I'm a man. And they need a woman. And a woman that ain't that old. Because heaven's still in her 20s. And she can sit there, wherever y'all going, she'd have been there, done that, and got the t-shirts, and she can help you out. Even in Bible study on Tuesday, we talking about relationships. And we have a lot of teenagers coming to Bible study, and she just broke it down. She went to a whole nother level about little boys playing them games and stuff. So when you come talk to her personally, she can say stuff that I can't say. Because I'm a man. I was a little boy. But you need somebody that definitely little boys. Amen. 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 You might get one of these little boys that's like Rashawn before he got saved. Now y'all know I ain't busting shooting Rashawn. Y'all remember one time Rashawn preached, he said, I was a player. You got it all the way. We told the truth. He testified. Amen. And he said he threw his pimp card in when he got married. Amen. Was Reverend Scott was a player. Amen. Let's go ahead on and don't y'all be like there's a whole lot of ex-players in here. Ex-pimp, pimp-ex. Oh, Mother Tommy, you raise your hand? Oh, Mother Tommy. Mother say she was a pimp. Come on now. That's a testimony right there. Hey, mother, I ain't gonna tell her, but one of my new sisters just got here. I ain't gonna tell her name. She like, that was smooth, she was smooth. I don't know why y'all be playing. Y'all act like y'all ain't never been talking to two people at the same time and making both of them feel like they was the only one. Come on, say amen, somebody. Yeah. Everybody want an altar boy all their life like Cody and Steve over there. Everybody, come on, say amen, somebody. Amen. Amen. Cody said, y'all can't handle this testimony. That's why he won't tell y'all. Let me go ahead on and preach. Before Vernon started testifying back there. Amen. 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 Let me go with my relationships. I want to invite y'all, if you can, to try to learn as much as you can. And if you don't learn, don't worry about it, because in December, I want y'all to pray from December. My plan in December is to release my third and fourth book. Amen. One of the books is going to be on this relationships. I've been studying for years, and it's so much, and I want to put it not just to help us, but just to help everybody. And then I've got another edition on our journey story that's going to really blow your mind. So I'll be busy taking care of you all, but also be busy trying to finish that so that they can come out by Christmas. So right ship relationships, part 2. Right ship relationships, part 2. Is your ship a right ship? Is your ship a right ship? Once again, our thematic 3, it comes from Psalms. Book of Psalms 127:8. Except the Lord build the house, thou labor in vain. And that word house can also be translated into relationships. So unless the Lord build a relationship, thou labor in vain. So give me about 20 minutes, and then we're going to, I know you want to go home and restudy this. I have one more football game today at 6 o'clock. Then I'll finally get to go in. But one thing about it, I support our young people because somebody always supported me. Amen. And I know how much that means. I know how much that means. And I'm telling you, you will be so eternally, happy with yourself, because it's just something about, support. And that's one thing I like about. I already told Elijah. I said, get your basketball schedule. He says tryouts so in November. I said, don't worry about it. You ain't got to try out. They're gonna be blessed to get you. But I already told them when you get your schedule, and you have to tell me to calm down because I get excited about my. I got pulled out of one game. They made a bad call.
He got kicked out.
Referee had a short temper, but don't play with my kids now. Go make this big bogus call on us. Huh? You got one more word. One. Come on, say that, somebody. I pay my $3. I can talk about First Amendment rights. Come on, say that, somebody. I believe in the Constitution, the people. But I want you to know, Elijah, I got you, but I can't wait. You look like a ball player. I can't wait. I'm gonna be up in there, and I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it calm. Well, see,
Him got a pull out too.
Elijah up there in my scooter. I have to act a little better up there. Down in the hood, I can act me. So you got one more thing, so just come on. I'm be trying to get out of there for dark anyway, but I'm just kidding. Come on, anyway. But and we won't be by ourselves, Elijah. Keith to tell you, man, have a whole. Sometimes Keith be embarrassed to be so many of us, and his mom like, Keith be going down the court drilling like this. Come on. It's like it's so many steals, he be dunking us. Amen. But Keith, he's in his senior year, Elijah in his junior year, and we want to, if you can, set some time and go and support. I wait till you get to the NBA. Then you get, hey man, you ain't gonna help us buy no new church? And I'm like, no, y'all can't have my games. You got to go y'all new buildings. Amen, somebody. We're gonna be like, no, we couldn't take your money. Give me the keys. Okay, relationship. Let's go ahead on and knock this out. Part 2. We do extensively on Tuesdays in depth and detail. As they say on television, and now scenes from last week. Last week we talked about some pertinent points and particulars or relationships. And one thing we said that a relationship is critical to everyone, to every human being. Why? Because this is a universal area. It is an area that affects everyone. It leaves no one unaffected. And it's an area that even though we may be progressive, even though we may be better, we never perfect it. Now I want y'all to understand that we can only grow progressively in relationships. We can only grow progressively into better when we grow into knowledge, when we grow into understanding. There are a lot of differences in the ways that males and females are wired. And if you don't understand the electrical circuit of your partner, then you could have a circuit shortage. Say amen, somebody. It is critical that when you connect, that you understand that you need to understand how the wiring. Because some people, even though men are mostly wired physical and sisters are mostly wired emotional, some people are more emotional and some people are more physical. So if you've got a more physical person, it takes a little more patience. If you got a more emotional person, because some people don't nothing bother them, and some people are drama queens. Come on, say amen, somebody. And drama kings. Come on, say amen, somebody. So you have to understand that everybody is not wired the same. You can't just put all sisters in one box, because you got some sisters that will pray for you and some sisters that will cut you. And so it's very wise of you to know how they are wired. Ladies, it's very wise of you to know how that other person is wired. Do not put them all in one box because they look the same. I noticed when I was doing plays, and Heaven was a little girl. She was 5 and 6 in the plays and stuff. And Heaven has always had a ton of confidence. She's always just, give her a script, she's going to take it to the next level. So what I would do with Heaven, when I wanted to give her a major role, I would use reverse psychology. I'd be like, well, I got a part for you. It's kind of big, but I know you probably ain't ready for it yet. Who ain't ready? I'm like, you ain't ready? Who ain't ready? Because I knew. So with Heaven, I had to kind of like slow right down. Other little kids that didn't have no confidence, I had to pump them up. So even though I got 2 little girls, I've got one that's high in confidence. I've got one that's low in confidence. And so being the producer, I had to get the wiring correct. So you have to make sure that you wire them correctly. So and you got to make sure you don't give one the less attention, but you have to know what they need. The same thing in your mate. Same thing in your mate. This mate is not your ex. It's a reason that your ex. Come on, say amen, somebody. It's a reason that your ex is your ex. And so if some of the same symptoms happen and you're trying to go the same way, that's why you get short-circuited in the same relationship, because you're the only common denominator. Come on, say amen, anybody. So we get better when we learn. So the aim of this relationship series is to show you how to build relationships from the ground to the roof. Oh man, we had so much fun on Tuesday because we had a relationship building course where we got down and we built a relationship from the ground up. And today, hopefully, we'll get to that point to help you be able to build a relationship from the ground up. First thing is that they have to begin with God. They have to begin with God. It said the Lord build the house, thou labor in vain. Now, the one thing that I talked about on Tuesday is the need for us to be connected by the Creator, which is God, and not hook up cubits.
Come on now.
So a lot of us are in a mess because Pookie hooked us up. I mean, somebody gonna take you on a blind date. Anything I'm doing dealing with blind. Okay, let me try this out. I mean, Lady Michelle, okay, you know, I see. And I pray if somebody don't see, you know, I see, but when they say a blind date, in other words, there's a whole lot of stuff that you ain't gonna see. A whole lot of stuff you ain't gonna know. So with a blind date, you just hope. Come on, say amen, somebody. Now don't get me wrong, sometimes you be kind. Sometimes you be kind. I know y'all want to testify, I testify. Paris, I was a young man, and somebody said, man, this sister want to meet you. Oh man, she's nice. I said, well, how she look? But she's nice. She's nice. Good personality. All around. Love the Lord. Okay, I understand. But I'm still growing. But man, why physical? How she look? And so I ain't gonna lie, Cody. What I would do, they say, well, because we'll meet at the mall. So whatever your daughters tell you, they going to the mall just to hang out with their girlfriend. That's where you meet at. That's the meeting place. They ain't got no money, they ain't shopping, so what they doing? We just hanging together. Whenever 4 girls go to the mall to hang together, 4 boys are going to be hanging at the Come on, say amen.
Come on now.
So I go there, preach Emmanuel, and what I would do, I said, okay, have a meet on the first floor, right there by Penny's. That's right. The first floor, right there by Penny's. Gonna be at 315. 310, Lady Monica. I'm going to the 3rd floor. That's right. Looking over there. Yeah. I don't know why y'all looking at me like that. Hey, Keith, I'm looking over there. And if the test ain't passed, come on, say it to somebody. I'm gonna holler, come on, say it to somebody. But when it ain't blind, come on, say it to somebody. So there's only one Creator, and that is God. And so anytime you allow anybody who's going to connect you and who's going to hook you up and going to make you have the perfect love, there's only one Creator, that's God. So anybody else you allow to be a creator is a counterfeit creator. Counterfeit creators. And what happens with counterfeit creators? When you get a counterfeit creator, you come with craziness, you come with catastrophe, and you come with relationship tragedy. So I want us to take today to learn how to build relationships that produce assets and not law of liabilities. Asset and not law of liability, because you want to understand, when you look at most relationships, you got one L. You either got a lover or you got a leech. And a lover is somebody who loves you. And a leech is an insect that looks to suck the life out of you. Has anybody ever been in a relationship that it feel like you was always drained? Some of y'all can't say amen because you might still be in it. I'm here to help you. Come on, say amen, somebody. I ain't a relationship doctor, but I'm sure gonna act like it. Come on, say amen. Dr. Phil, you better get back. You don't know me like that. I'm tired of the contact. Come on, preach that. Anyway, I still got rap in my spirit. Come on, say amen, somebody. But as I talk to teenagers on Tuesday, are you connected with a lover? Somebody who adores you, somebody's always trying to find out what makes you happy, somebody always trying to find out, or are you connected with a leech? A leech. And every time you look up, oh man, my wallet, oh, you got me? And then you know, you got me, and you got me, and you got me, and you got me. Always, I got you next time. The next time ain't never come. Say amen, somebody. Some of y'all can't even look at me like, oh man, I had somebody like that. Say amen, somebody. I was explaining to them in the Bible study that, you know, the term Dutch is not a good term. The term Dutch was really about a group of people who were cheap. So when somebody say that they're going Dutch, if you understand where that word Dutch from the origination of it, where it came from, you'll understand that it was not a compliment. It was a negative act. So that's what the Englishmen, they called you Dutch. So somebody be like, you know, well, first of all, you asked me to go. Right. Come on, say amen, somebody. So you should have the option of offering to pay. Now, somebody said they live Dutch, then you just, I holler at you. Come on, say amen, somebody. So that's what we want to do in this relationship. That's what we want to do in this series. Are you with a lover or are you with a leech? So I want to go looking at these relationships, and I want to go back real quickly through this, and I may run kind of quickly through the slides, Penny, so you just like catch up with me, because I might be jumping, because I want to really get to some points. But as I told you on last week, if we want to go back to relationships, we have to go back to the first relationship all the way back in the beginning, and that was in the Garden of Eden. And in Genesis 1:27, you read Genesis 1:27 how it was talking about how God created man in his own image, and it says, in the image of God created him male and female. That's Genesis 1:27. In the image of God created male and female. And some people be like, well, hey, wait a minute, did God create twice? Because in Genesis 2:7, it said that he breathed to the nostrils and man became a living soul. So did he create Adam in chapter 2, or did he create Adam in chapter 1? In chapter 1, it's talking about the spirits. He created the spirit of man and the spirit of woman in chapter 1. In chapter 2, Adam did not become a living soul until chapter 2, when it said, and God breathed. God breathed into Adam. He breathed into his nostrils, and he became a living soul. So that's very important, y'all. That's very important, because you want to understand why it's so important that God created the spirit first. First of all, God created first what comes back to him. Because God is spirit. So he created first what comes back to him. That's why before Jesus went home, he said, Daddy, into thy hands I commend my spirit, because my spirit goes up to you, and my body is going to go what they're going to take down off the cross. Say amen, somebody. So you want to understand, when God created the spirit first, a male and female, in event when he created Adam, since he created the spirits first, when he created Adam, Adam was created with the spirit of you and him in it. Oh, come on, say amen, somebody. I'm trying to help somebody. So we're gonna really, I want y'all to really understand that God created man. He created man, because Genesis 2:7, it says, and the Lord formed. That means that he created man. But then when you look at Eve, when he made Eve, it says that he made Eve in Genesis the 22nd verse. It says that the rib which the Lord God had taken from the man made he a woman. So Adam he formed and he created. Eve was made because she came from Adam. Adam just came from God's hand. Come on, say it to somebody. So God created Adam, and out of Adam he reached in, got a rib, took a rib, sewed him back up, so couldn't nobody else get up in there. Say amen, somebody. I'm just sewing him back up, and then he took a rib. Ladies, that's you. He took his prime rib. He took his best rib. Come on, say amen, somebody. That's why you want to treat me like I'm prime, because I'm the best thing you got outside of God. Preach, pastor. If anybody else say amen, the sister don't. So, one another thing you learn, that God created Adam and he made Eve. Y'all know how it happened. Put them to sleep. Because sometimes we just that stuck. The guy got to knock us out to appreciate the rib we got. Come on, say amen, somebody. Y'all, listen, I'm trying to help y'all get some points, y'all. Amen. Amen. So you know, God, the Spirit, we got that part. And I used this example Tuesday, and I'll use it again for those of you that weren't there. I always often tease Javier, Deacon Javier, I often tease him because you notice when Javier, we first met Heaven, it was on my television show. Then the first time we met Heaven, it was on the show, and Heaven wasn't studying him. Because he had that little, you know, the little boys in the hood haircut, what they call it, high top, the slant and all that stuff. He was like, oh no, that is so. Didn't have that coming. And so he knew right then, but he often would hear him say, and I use him because it's a perfect point. He often says that when I first zoomed in on her, I knew she was my wife. And so people are like, how he gonna know? He ain't never seen her. He ain't never been to Cahokia, Belleville, East. He ain't been to Jackson State. How he knew? How did he know? Well, like I told you, because of the way that we were built, if we wait on God, that's the key. If we wait on God, who God has for us comes out of us. But a lot of us don't wait for God, or we go after fine and call her mine. Come on, say amen, somebody. Go after fine and call her mine. But the thing about it is, because the Spirit is in this man, and if you wait on God, it's just like when you go to a store and you see an outfit, you know what you want in your mind, but you ain't seen it. And then all of a sudden you walk up, you say, that's it. Somebody say, how you gonna see it? You didn't have no pattern, you didn't have it in your head, because there's something about the Spirit that when you see what you want, when you see what's yours, come on, say it in somebody, you just know. And it's the same way for those of us who will allow God to do it. It's just something about it, is that when you see it, you automatically know it. And so now you understand in the scripture the reason that happens that way is because God brought Eve out of Adam. So whatever God got for you really came out of you. You ain't got to do a whole lot of work. You still are work. Come on, say amen, somebody. Because you got two people coming together. But when we allow the spiritual attributes to be activated, can I preach up in here? When we allow that to happen, then you will know. You'll know, and you do, you just look at it, you be like, you be right, because men, sister, they gotta tell you, but men already, they be calling, they be like, they don't even know you, they be like, that's me right there. That's me like, it's like when Sophia and Sean had been liking Sophia. So all of a sudden, when Sean asked Sophia out, Sophia was like, girl, and then that time she wasn't Kelly, she said, girl, told her friend, Kelly asked me out. Can you believe that? She said, girl, you didn't know that? Kelly been liking you. Tell her again. Come on, say it, somebody. Kelly been liking you. Sophia said, I was the only one didn't know. Because he had already picked up the Spirit. And we look at the man that finds the wife, finds a good thing. Now, she like Kelly, but Kelly already knew. He already knew that that was him. So I'm telling you, that's why I say, brothers, before you think about you want to lay, pray. Oh, Lord help me. Come on, say amen, somebody. I'm trying to. The reason a lot of folk are in jacked up relationships, come out of jacked up relationships, from me to the pew, from the pulpit to the door, is because we went after what looked. That's what got Eve in trouble. When she saw that the fruit looked pleasing. Come on, say it with somebody. That's what got a lot of us in trouble. We say all crazy stuff like, you ain't got an order. It don't hate to look at the menu. Well, how you gonna want what's on the menu if you don't look at the... Am I talking to anybody? How you gonna know what you want off the menu if you don't look at the menu? The menu is created to give you a choice. Can I preach up in here? So if you ain't gonna order off the menu, leave the menu alone. Man, y'all working me hard today. Y'all working me hard today. You got to trust God, and I tell people all the time. And don't get me wrong, I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I dated Miss America, a supermodel. I dated one sister. She was so gorgeous. I would go to the bathroom. She had 4 numbers.
Yes,
and I was in my 20s. She was beautiful. Go to the bathroom, come back. I mean, numbers on tape and stuff. Hey, I know that's your dude, but let me. And I knew, I ain't gonna lie, I knew from the first time I dated her that I could never marry her. She was a beautiful boy, but she was the most beautiful trophy.
Yes, Lord.
I mean, her all the way down here, hers. And she didn't buy it. She didn't buy it. She didn't. No Remy, whatever y'all got shoes. I mean, beautiful. But I knew she was drop dead gorgeous, and I knew I couldn't trust her as long as I could blow a feather. And I knew that. And when we broke up, that's exactly what happened. Because exactly what happened, I tell y'all, went to a restaurant, I'm sitting up and spending all my money, Steve. We had, a lot of y'all back, y'all know they used to have a restaurant called The Top. Riverfront Top over St. Louis. And, you know, it revolved around because when you go to dinner, you're looking at Busch Stadium, and next thing you're on the river. And I mean, you know, and it just go like real, it take like 59 minutes. And so, I mean, you rolling. And I'm telling you, I was first class and no class. That didn't start when I got here. I was 19 and 20. I was first class and no class. And I did. I went to the bathroom. I just go to the bathroom. Scott, go to the bathroom. And all of a sudden, I kind of look back, right? And so this handsome, you know, your brother Denzel looking dude, you know. So I'm just kind of looking back. And so he came, and he put a number. I put a number in her hand. And so this is what he did to help me here. Because, you know, I'm romantic. I've been there. I'm romantic. You know, I don't know what y'all do. I ain't been sitting fussing on my phone. I'm romantic. I'm dating with intentions, marital intentions. Come on, say me somebody. But anyway, so he gave her the number. So when she come back, so she got the number, and I said, have we been holding hands? So she just gave me one hand. And I said, well, why come I can't get the other hand? So she take the number, put it in her hand, and grab this hand. Now Camille, I already seen her get the number. So all of a sudden I said, no, I won't. And she didn't. I know what? I done paid the valet part. This had my check, and I'm like 19, 20 years old. I'm making it like 186 every 2 weeks. And I'm spending 75% of it on you. And I was like, and then, you know, like I said, know the wire, here come the tears. Well, he gonna pay for this bill tonight if you gonna eat. Now I'm gonna be a gentleman. Yeah. I'll take you back home by your feet. That's it. But when I look back at it, it was my fault because I got caught up in the superficial, and that's the way the relationship ended. She lived over there at the mansion house. No, mansion house, you got to call upstairs, and then see if you want them to come up, Kim. So I go over there. Everybody know me. Oh, Pastor, you cool. You ain't got to check on up. I said, that's why good been on. Oh, man, you ain't got to check now. You cool, go on up. So I go up there, Reverend. I get off the elevator. And in my spirit, I knew it. Because this brother, he come out there, got one of them like 6 brothers like Sean, he walking by. What's up? I ain't know nothing. But in my spirit, I knew that he just left. Yep. I knew he just left the apartment. Just left the apartment. And so I go there, and it looked like she saw a goat. I mean, they didn't buzz me. I know. They knew me. They knew you didn't have no reason to need to be buzzed. Come on, say amen, somebody.
Come on now.
And I ain't gonna tell y'all the rest, but it did not. It did not end because I was devastated. Not only had he been there, he had been there. So, but as devastating as it was my fault. It was my fault. It was devastating. It was, and I want to believe that. I want to believe that. No, we're doing this thing the right way. This couldn't happen. And so I knew that the evidence is always in the bathroom. So I had to repent because I said I had to go. But I didn't have to go because I had to go. I had to go because the evidence in the bathroom. And when I went to the bathroom and looked at the trash can, that was the evidence. And I was devastated. And no, I turned around. A gentleman never retires. A gentleman never retires. But I'm telling you, I was devastated and I was disgusted. But when I got past all of that and I had to talk to God about it, I didn't give you that. That's what you want. That was your trophy, and your trophy was your tragedy. So I just want to tell you somebody, it is so critical. It is so critical that you allow God to do it. Because if you don't, there will be hell to pay. And a lot of times we get up here in a jacked up relationship. Hi, God, let me get with a fool bust in my head, God. Put you with no head busted. You did not talk to God about it. So if you don't get nothing else out of this, understand that the woman came out of the man. And if the man is a godly man and he prays and he waits on God, God will show you what he has for you. Now I'm gonna skip a whole lot because we talked about this, about how God, the part about real quick, how God brought Eve when Adam was asleep. He not only brought Eve, but he presented her. And tell somebody, you need to allow God to bring you. You need God to present you, because when God presents you, that makes you a gift. That's why the Bible says that every good and perfect gift in James chapter 1 verse 17 comes from God. So let me tell you something, ladies. If you want to be treated like a gift, allow the gift giver to give you. Come on, say amen, somebody. Because one thing about it, when you get a gift, you are going to cherish and love a gift based on what it means to you. My grandmother could have left me a raggedy pencil with no eraser, and it's going to always be special to me because my grandmother gave it to me. It has nothing to do with the cosmetic of the pencil. It's because of who gave it to me. And so when you know that God gave you that woman, you ain't going to want to bust her head. She ain't want to bust you up. When you gave her, then you're going to treat her out of respect of who gave her to you. Yes, sir. Come on, say amen, somebody. Yes, sir. But when you presented yourself, and like some of them dresses I saw last night, then most of the folk did not, after homecoming, there was another homecoming. Say amen, somebody. Because when some folk went in, they got in trouble. And now some folk was 3 hours late from their curfew, because some guy told me that he told his daughter to be home at 12. She got there at 3. But Danielle, I ain't gonna be telling your business. But I know that Danielle wasn't out doing nothing that Danielle shouldn't be doing. And I want you to know that you have a great father. Because if you were Danielle, I want to, Reverend Scott, I want to commend you. In the presence of all these people. I want to commend you, because 30 minutes late, hour late, but Danielle, you got a good daddy. Because, boy, I would have been the FBI, the National Guard. I'd have borrowed one of the Sky Air Force plane until I found it. Come on, say amen, somebody. 3 hours. Preacher, you and your wife already looking back at the lines of prayers. I wish y'all would. Today there's 2 missing kids at the school today. They're not going to sight of them. Anybody seen the whereabouts of Paris and Elijah Manuel? Recommend to call the mosquito police as soon as possible. But Danielle said she's a senior. And don't you can understand, she turned 18 last year. I'm just playing. I ain't trying to start no fight. Come on, say that's about it. Come on, so y'all heard all this. I'm gonna jump straight to this because I want y'all to get this. I'm gonna jump straight to this. All about the packaging. Y'all know all about that. You know, the half-naked presentation. The only time God presented somebody naked was in the garden. The last thing that happened in chapter 2, it said, and they were naked, and they were not ashamed. That's the only time. So you get presented naked now. It ain't biblical. There was one person that was presented naked, and that was Adam and Eve. And say amen, somebody. So being brought and being presented. Now I do have to hit this is the point. Look at what he says after she was presented. Adam said, "She's bones of my bones, flesh of my flesh. And she gonna be called woman, substitute wife. Not chick, not tenderoni, not pretty young thing. Wife. He said, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, she shall be called woman. Why? Because she was taken out of. Now break this down, y'all. Break this down. Look at what Adam said. He says, bone of my bone. Peel the flesh away, and I see bone. Adam says, I see bone. Then I see flesh.
Come on now.
Stay with me. He says, I see bone. Then I see flesh. Can I give y'all a revelation embedded in that information? See, let me give y'all some rhema release right now word. He says, I see bone, and then I see flesh. In other words, he says, I see what's in her before I see the hips on her. I see bone. See, a lot of people, this word intimacy, they think it got to be all hot, steamy, y'all ready to get buck wild and all that stuff. Now, the word intimacy simply means, how far can you see into me? Come on, say amen, somebody. So there ought to be a level of intimacy. How far can you see into me? So Adam said, let me tell you how this thing goes. He said, I see bone. Then I see flesh. I see what's in her. I see the hearts that's in her before I see that baby got back and it must be jelly because jam don't shake like that. I see bone. Lord help me today. I just had to let y'all see that, because right now I don't see her flesh. I see her spirit first. So it doesn't matter how long her hair is, the color of her eyes, the shape of her hips. I don't care about all of that as my primary references, because if she's fine to me in the spirit, come on, say it to somebody. Because she can be dressed to kill and fit to live. Can I preach up in here? So you have to understand, she's got to be in the spirit what you need. It's all about spirit. Do not get caught up on looks, because looks don't last. Come on, say it to somebody. It's important, but it don't last. Oh, I wish I had some real folks that say looks don't last. Because you may start out with curves, 30 feet to it, bam, 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 but just keep on living. And there's something called time. I wish I had some help. And what used to be curved just go straight. I wish I had some help up in here. Y'all ever seen some of those football players? I mean, 24 pack. I mean, belly so tight like somebody putting a rubber band just tight. I mean, look like they came here lifting weights as a baby. Coming here all ripped, look like a Michelin time. Come on, say it to somebody. Ripping stuff. And then you see them at the 30-year reunion. Man, they got about 5 bellies, 4 chins. Come on, talk to me, somebody. Because there's some things that time will change. Tell somebody, whatever you marry now, just keep on living. Oh, she's got pretty teeth. There's gonna come a day that she might have teeth, but they won't be hers. Come on, say it to somebody. They can reach over in the cup and pass me. Like, can I preach? Tell somebody, don't get lost in looks. Because you'll be looking like me. I mean, I was a big crap baby. Remember going to the club, and this old dude walked on, oh, speak to me. What's up? You won't speak to me, you just left me more else. I go to the bathroom, y'all done tried to tell left the evidence. Come on, say it to somebody in the trash can. Slime stick, y'all ain't gonna help me drip. I wish I had some help up in here. I'm trying to be real, but I want y'all to understand. I want y'all to understand, I was devastated. I was devastated. Devastated. So I just want to tell you, young ladies, my sisters, I see bone, then I see flesh. Sisters, listen. Listen, sisters. You don't understand. You might think you're looking good, all that hanging out, but you look foolish. Sharing with the world what should be reserved for him. Post altar. Come on, say it to somebody. I mean, if everything out, ain't nothing left for private viewing. Don't nobody want, I don't care what you got to be crazy. Don't nobody go to the call out and say, I want the one that got the most mileage on it. Come on, say it to somebody. We always say, I want the least miles as possible. Come on, say it to somebody. I mean, you don't want nobody, have you been good? Boy, I'm experienced. I've been through the whole might be fine for that night, but it sure ain't fine for raising your children. I wish I had some help up in here. Reverend gave a testimony that's so tough on. He talking about how Monica, he said, I always move on. He said, but when they had their first daughter, and Reverend said he didn't know that. He said when he saw Monica get the first baby, he said, and then she changed him, and then she just greased her up. I thought Reverend talking about oil change before. He said she's greased up all good and stuff. He said, I do that with my wife. Come on, say it, somebody. Because I'm telling you, Paris, Lil Jazz, Danielle, I'm telling you right now, the one that everybody can have is the last one on the radar for marriage. And it never goes away. You go to your 30, 40-year class reunion, they say, is Sheila going to be there?
No.
Ain't nobody forgot about Sheila. Come on, say it. Y'all ain't helping, man. Everybody knows Sheila. Come on, say it.
Come on, Lord.
And you know you be sick. You be sick if you married Sheila and didn't know. And they go, oh, dude, you married Sheila, man? What? Nothing. Go to the next one, man. You married Sheila? What? Nothing. It ain't gonna go away. But I tell you one, a little girl who they call 4 Eyes, she was a geek, she was nerdy, she already going to class, she coming there with a rock like Sophie in heaven. Come on, say it, man, somebody. Sheila is still going fee for service and ain't getting paid. Praise. So I'm telling you, let God do it. Because with a spiritual man, I'm telling you, you want him to have bone first and then flesh. So, let me do this in, give me 5 minutes. Except the Lord build a house. Except God build a house. Who is God? God is love. So except love build a house, nothing else will matter beyond the moments. I'm going to look at 4 types of love that are biblical loves, and then I'm going to help you build a relationship, and then I'm going to be if you sit here waiting like we shouted earlier, won't he do it? Not today, he won't. I'm going to say, ooh, no. There's a, what y'all know? Y'all keep out. Reverend Scott told y'all next year he going to be married. So y'all already know. Y'all see all these little visitors coming. They got to get him to narrow it down to just one. But amen. I should have said it on television, Reverend.
70 days.
70 days. Amen.
Next year could go all the way up until.
But I want you to be encouraged. My boy Peebo's 67. And he got a 9-month-old, so I want you to be encouraged. Amen. 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 Okay, there's 4 words. Now, let me teach this. I got to be out. I want y'all to have a long way. Let me teach this. Okay, there's something interesting in the Bible. There's one English word in the Bible, and that's love. But there's 4 different Greek words in the Bible that try to describe that one word. So what happens is, with there being 4 types of love in the Greek, you have to understand that if there's one word that's love in English, and there's 4 words in Greek that talks about love, what you have to know, you have to understand the Greek. Because when I see love in one instance, it may mean one thing based on the Greek word that's used in that context. Come on, say it, man, somebody. So if I'm reading the Bible and I just think that every word is just the love as I know it, it's one of universal love, I'm going to miss it. So there are 4 words in the Bible. There's 4 words biblically. Now 3 of them appear in the Bible, and 1 appears in the next context, but I'm going to teach you that later on. First of all, now understand that when I give you these 4 types of love, they do not go in this order. I'm just giving you 4. They don't go in this order, so please don't take them in order, because you're going to have to learn how to build a relationship. The first one is called eros. Now, as much as we hear about eros, it is a biblical type of love, but the word eros is not in the Bible. It is a biblical type of love because eros existed in the Greco-Roman culture back in the day. It's the word eros from which we get our word erotic. So we start talking about somebody talking about, you know, jumping off the chandeliers and flipping over the bitches and all this stuff. That's eros. And so that is what's called sexual love. That's called romantic love. Now the next love that a lot of people don't know, I tell Reverend, we're praying for y'all. Reverend has a friend, just got called to preach. He's going to do his first sermon today. So him and Lady Monica are going to St. Louis. The second type of love, now, if you look at it, it looks like storage or storaging or storage. Now I want y'all to understand that that's the way it's presented. That's the way that it's spelled if you want to look it up on Google. But the proper pronunciation of it is storage. Storage. So understand, let me talk to you. Pastor taught us about this one love called storage. Ain't no storage. No storage. Ain't no, it's called storage. Now, it does appear in the Bible, but it does not appear alone. It appears in what's called a compound context. One of them is Romans 12 and 10. Storge, tell somebody, storge is family love. That's the love that you have between mother, father, sister, brother. The great thing about storge is that even though we're related, we still have love despite our diversity and differences. In other words, you may be as different as night and day from your brother and your sister or your mother and your father, but we still love each other because it's storge. The next type of love, we got eros, storge. The next type of love is called, well, put it up there. The P word. The P-H-I-L. Thank you.
It wasn't me, it was the computer.
But you was in class Tuesday.
It was the computer, it wasn't me.
So, this is, it's philia. It's spelled like filio. Some people call it filio. But the proper pronunciation of it is phileo. It's phileo, even though some people say filio. Now, I want y'all to understand that this is the type of love that is based on friendship. Because phileo in the verb is called philos. And this is just for y'all English buffs. Philos is the masculine noun of the term. And philae, P-H-I-L-E, is the feminine noun. I know y'all are getting a little deep. That's my English majors. And they are both translated friend. So basically, when you break it down, eros is that romantic sensual sexual love. And then when you go to storge, that's my family love. And then phileo or philios, that is the love of friends. Now, let me show y'all why this makes sense. Okay, now, I'll give you an example of phileo or philios, whichever you say it. In John, the 11th chapter and the 3rd verse, when Jesus saw that Lazarus was near death, you remember his sisters Mary and Martha came to Jesus. They said, Jesus, Lazarus, whom you love, is sick.
Yes, sir.
So when he said, Lazarus, whom you love, is sick, we see the word what? Love. When he said, Lazarus, whom you love, is sick, we ain't talking about eros.
Right.
We ain't talking about a sensual love. We said, Lazarus, whom you love, is sick. Lazarus was his friend.
Yes.
Come on, say amen, somebody. So when I understand love in that context, I understand that love in that context is a friend. But I can't take a universal definition of love and think Jesus talked about getting with Lazarus.
Amen. Yes, sir.
He's not talking about eros. He's talking about philia.
Yes, yes.
So I'm saying, and another example is well, let me get agape. The last one is agape. Agape is the love of God. But agape is action-centered. Somebody say action-centered. The great thing about agape is that it's a pure passion, but it's not based on a precedent.
All right.
I love you, but I don't have to do nothing for it. Agape is a selfless, it's a sacrificial, it's a conditional love, and it's the highest type of love in the Bible because it is God's love. But when you got agape, that means you love folk who don't love you.
Yes.
When you got agape, you love folk who don't deserve it. Come on, say amen, somebody. You love folk who try to hurt you on purpose. Tell somebody, I'm going to have to work on my agape. You got to love somebody who hurt you on purpose. And what I love about agape, it's never based on feelings. It's not based on feelings, but agape is done out of obedience. In other words, I don't have to feel good about it. In other words, I got to love you. I don't got to feel good about it because agape means it's not based on my feelings. I'm loving you. I'm still trying to get down with feeling you, and I don't feel it right now, but I'm loving you because it's obedience to the God that's God is love. Is that helping anybody? So we got those 4 types of love. So agape, perfect example of agape, John 3:16. For God so loved the world. Excellent scripture. Do you think that God was jumping up and down by putting his son on the cross? Come on, Jesus, down, boy, down. No. But he done it because of it's unconditional. It's a sacrificial love. So that right there is agape love. That ain't eros. It's agape love. And so the other thing, that's why I'm talking, when you start reading these scriptures, 1 John 3:16, this is how we know what love is. Jesus Christ laid down his life for us. Once again, agape love. Now let me tell y'all this about, you don't have to feel it. Somebody say feelings. You don't have to feel it because agape love, this is a perfect example. Matthew the 5th chapter, verse 44. Perfect example. It says, love your enemies. Who feel good about loving your enemies? Most people don't feel good. I don't know nobody who feels good about somebody who treated them like trash instead of a treasure. So that is agape love. It's unconditional. I don't feel good about it, but I love you because the Bible says so. I love you because I have to be obedient to God. So agape is the love that's unconditional. You might not deserve it. I may not feel like loving you, but I love you because God told me I got to love you. Is that helping anybody? So let's go. Let me see what y'all got. So if we know that star J is what kind of love? Phileo is what? Eros is what? And what is agape? So every relationship, building relationship, every relationship should have a ground level of agape. Every relationship should have a ground level of agape. So now, if you're building a platonic relationship, you would have agape, and then you would have phileo, because it's platonic. Now, if you're married, you would have agape, then you would have storge for family, then you would have phileo for friend, and because you're married, you get eros. Come on, say amen, somebody. Don't be looking like this because you ain't getting no eros yet. It's coming. Well, they get eros and I don't because you ain't married. Come on, say amen, somebody. So it's very simple. You build a relationship. When you build your friendship, all you do is you take off eros. And then you platonic. And so when you give a family story, so all I'm saying to you all, you put up in this up. So all I'm saying to you all right now, a lot of us have built relationships wrong. Because a lot of us start off with eros. We start off with the sensual and the sexual and all of that, and we have no foundation. That's just like right now, building your house on sticks. And you got the eros up here, king size bed, water bed. Come on, let's make water bed. Whatever kind of bed you got up there. You got all of this, all the rose petals, all of that. And then the moment that you stand up, you fall and you crash. But that's why I always tell people, especially in marriage, you need all 4. In marriage, you need agape for God, except God built the house. You need storge for family. You need phileo for friendship. You need eros, because when you get married, your partner should be your best friend. And the reason you need to have phileo in a marriage is because there's going to come some times after time. Well, it ain't going to be after time. There will be some time that you ain't got no eros spirit. Come on, say amen, somebody. And so, if you're not my best friend, we don't never want to kill each other. Because all we got is eros. Because I don't care how fine and how beautiful and how you had it going on, whoop, there it is, and all that stuff. But there's going to come a time that in eros, there are some things that are no longer activated. We got kids in here, I can't say it like I was preaching, but just us. But you get to a certain point where in eros, I mean, you grandmama will be so happy just sitting on the porch, drinking coffee, talking about times past. Because now, even though granddaddy ain't jumping over there, you know what time it is. Even though the granddaddy can't even get over there, walk over there. Come on, say it to somebody. A lot of times y'all in twin beds, come on, say it to somebody. But because our relationship was built the right way, when the eros is no longer active, you still got your best friend to hold your hand and to go home. You still love them as family, and you still got the love of God. So as I get ready to go, and I'm going, y'all, build your relationships the right way. When you meet somebody, lay down the foundation of agape. If they don't want agape, then you should be like, I'll holler at you. Because there has to be a foundation. You should be talking about no Star J, no family, ain't no agape. So, agape, Star J for family, phileo for friend, eros if you're married. If you're platonic, take the eros off and keep the others. And when you do that, you know then that you can build a right-ship relationship. Did that help anybody? Give God some praise. Amen. 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 So some of y'all go home, get on the phone and say, hey, we ain't got no phileo. You ever know people that the only time they can really get along is during certain times? And they hate each other. Y'all know somebody like they hate each other. That's the only time we get along. That's because it was an eros-centered relationship. I extend the invitation to you. I extend the invitation to you. If you missed this, I ain't gonna recap. You're gonna get the book in December, say man somebody. But you need this book in your library. You need this book. Especially those of y'all that ain't in no real relationship yet. Because when they say, well, what you looking for in life, you need to start talking to them about this where I am. And they be going like, huh? You be like, you know what, before we go any further, we need to sit down, take this book, and if we ain't gonna build it the right way, if it ain't gonna be a right ship relationship, I'm not gonna end up in a wrecked ship. And if you forget, come talk to me. But you have no excuse now. So parents, when you get ready to get married, I expect for you to have it going on, girl. I expect for you to have them in check. And I ain't worried about you, because you got a mama and a daddy. And then you got a pastor that's gonna be looking out. So you gotta go through about 4 layers. You gotta go 4 layers for he even, get the same thing serious. But take it to your daughters. I say this to y'all. I just wish that when I was younger, when I was 17, 18, I wish I had somebody to teach me this. I made so many dumb, crazy, stupid mistakes, crying over a trash can. It was me. I know God made her. She was funny. But finally get me done with disappointed, frustrated, busted and disgusted. But I'm telling you, so you get that. None of y'all should be in no jacked up relationship. I wish I had me when I was coming up. My life would have been totally different. And some of us, we've been in those situations, we can't go back and undo it, but we can tell Camille. We can tell Haviland. We can tell Danielle. We tell young ladies. No, before you start talking about the other stuff, get to the main stuff. First, Jesus. He said, yeah, how you doing? Well, how you doing? I'm doing phenomenal. How you doing in English? In geography? How you doing in calculus? And come on, say it with somebody. You can't marry nobody that can't read to the child. You don't want to read, say it with somebody. I don't care how fine he is, he can't spell his name in box-score letters. You got a problem. Is there anyone? I think we're all family. Give God some praise. Amen. Come on, let's go. When somebody said, what's love got to do with it? Which one? Okay, it's Kim come. It's pop quiz time. Y'all ready? Family love. Friendship. Okay. Let's get it on. Y'all good. Y'all good, boy. Y'all good. God's love.
Agape.
My Lord, I hope y'all take that. I hope y'all take that. If you don't have notes, I hope you get that DVD or December. You get that book. It'll help you. It'll help you. I don't want any of my young girls to have to go through this craziness unless they choose to. They choose to. I think we got a while, but Sean and Sophia, Sasha be the first one. Y'all be able to say, Sasha, God pay. They're going to think Sasha got another language. That's what I never had a whole little boy like, but man, she's talking this crazy stuff. She actually speaks Spanish. Amen. Let me get Kim a question from the sermon.
Good afternoon, Faith House. Would everyone please stand for the offertory prayer? The offertory prayer should be jointly recited. Lord, help me to do what's right and not what's left. Per your word in Malachi 3:10a, bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in mine house. I understand it is a simple plan. A tenth off the top of everything which you bless me with, which includes my time, my talent, and my financial resources. I righteously recognize every good and perfect gift comes from you. If I don't take anything in, I'm not required to give anything out. It's not equal giving, but it is equal sacrifice. My tithe is not what I give or pay, that's offering. It is what I owe, that's my tithe. God, I present my gift according to your will, your way, and most of all your word. And my tithes and offerings faithfully, consistently, and most of all cheerfully. Lord, thank you for helping me to know the receiving is activated by giving, as Luke 6:38 demonstrates. In the name of Christ, I give and I live. Amen. Would everyone please remain standing and next to the pews at the direction of the usher? Thank you.
My bad.
You don't have to play that code.
He wrong, ain't he? He wrong, ain't he? He wrong, man. Killing the people. He is so wrong. Always glad to have my special love Camille home. I'm so glad she closer. I get to see you, Camille, so much more. I thank God for that. We're going to surprise you one weekend with church band. We all just come up and have a Holy Ghost party. Because there ain't no party like a Holy Ghost party. You let us know. We come and go party, Holy Ghost party. Lady, can you put a box for Jesus? Hey, go to your leg. Thank all of you that got your pink on. Y'all look so good. I want to try to find me some pink for next week. Hey man, I'm gonna do something for me real fun. I'm gonna do some back in the day photos and give it a shine. But I got a couple of you, girl. An illusion. Oh yeah, so man, what's wrong? You like this? We're gonna do that shine. We're on Facebook. Get some back in the day photos. I got about 500 of them. Got you. I got some of the photos y'all don't want nobody to see but Jesus. Hallelujah. You be getting paid. Get your photo now put on there.
Dear God, we thank you for these tithes and offerings, God. We thank you, Lord, for those who were able to give and those who weren't. We ask, Lord, that they just be used for your kingdom building. We pray this in your son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Where's the lady D at?
Good afternoon, church. All right, as always, let's give our pastor a round of applause. That was awesome. Great teaching. I will not be before you long. I'm going to go through these announcements quite rapidly.
All right now.
Hush up, Stephen. As always, the events of the week, we have Tuesday Teach. As Pastor already said many times, this will be the continuation of what he's teaching now. And then we have Thursday is choir rehearsal with Heaven, and Sunday school with Reverend Scott.
Scott at 9:30. And then coming up this week are greeters, ushers. What day are we at? Okay. Will be Thursday, October 26th at 6:30. That is the church beautification schedule. So make sure if you're not a part of any of those ministries that you give your church an hour and come out and clean if all possible.
I saw you grab Scott on that fly, man. Oh, he'd be so proud of you, man.
And for those young ladies or gentlemen that are going to be a part of the 15th pastor anniversary, as we're very excited that that is coming up, Sister Catherine would like to meet with all of us November the 11th following service. So please make sure that you note that on your calendar. It's going to be probably about an hour meeting because there's a lot of things that she needs to go in details. We had a lot of things in October, so she wasn't able to have that meeting. So she wants to conquer as much as she can on November the 11th following services. And we did our change for pastor. Like Sister Catherine said last week, gather your stuff on Saturday evening so you can drop it off when you do the offering. I wanted to indicate also, we did this last year, and it was very successful. Heaven touched a little bit about it last week, and that's the project of Girls Code. But I want to also indicate that it is life-changing for these young ladies. So you have to realize that everyone is not blessed as we are. That we wake up in the morning, we have food, we have a roof. We take everything for granted. These young ladies are just living day by day. And we need to commend Heaven that she's taken this opportunity, because I know last year it was very successful, you know, and we need to continue this. So make sure whenever you can, touch out to Heaven. Make sure that whatever you drop off, whether it be shampoo, ladies, anything, make sure that we contribute to this because these young ladies need it, and it's a great project to continue. And it started last week. It goes all the way through until the end of when she's going to drop that off. So make sure that we do that. Next week we have the 14th Faith House Church anniversary. We'll be following service right at 3 o'clock. And it will be with us, our pastor speaker, Henry. How do you say that? Midget? I'll give him a whole new name. You know me, I rename folks. But it's something that we should participate in. We need to be here, support our pastor in any way that we can. As you can see, Pastor was running around all this weekend, and we are blessed beyond expectations for a pastor that dedicates all of his love and support. Even when he gets kicked out of basketball games, he comes back. So never give up. And 3 o'clock following service, right after? Okay, sure.
Let me say this. Next Sunday, it's our 14th birthday, our 14th anniversary. 14 long years. Now, I really need for you all, whatever you can do on next Sunday, to be here. I don't want to have a church coming in to our birthday and we not here. Now, we don't have afternoon programs but like twice a year. This is the church that Javier grew up in. His pastor, his mother's still there, all of his grandfathers. And so I've already picked up rib tips, chicken, pork eggs, brats, hot dogs, the whole 9 yards. I'm going to barbecue a whole feast for our meal. I need for y'all to do the sides. I'm going to do all the seasoning. I'm going to put my best on the grill. So what we're going to do, we're going to have service at 3:30, and then we're going to eat after. So we're going to 3:30, 5 o'clock dinner after. Because if you have dinner before service, folks going to be up there asleep, belching up them greens and cornbread and everything. But I want us, once the service over, put your house shoes on or whatever, but please, y'all, I don't ask often, please, next week, put this on your calendar next week to come out. They're going to bring in their church, our church. We're going to eat, fellowship. We're going to need people in the kitchen. We're going to need people bringing some of your best dishes. I'm going to be on the grill 8-9 hours. I just ask for you to be up on your stove for a little bit because we want to roll out the red carpet. It's our birthday, and this is our first church fellowship. So please, next week, put that on your calendar, and y'all do the foods and stuff. But please, this is our birthday. Please don't have us here by ourselves next week.
Okay, now that Pastor has indicated that, we need to go over, he's doing the meats of what people want to contribute. We're going to do that real quickly. I'm going to bring muscatoli. Sister Catherine is making her baked beans. cabbage and cornbread. Sister Heaven?
Woo, glory!
Father, there is no blessing, no. Because it's delicious. I'm getting there early. Okay, anyone else? Drinks, Maddie's doing drinks. Sister Sophia, I saw your hand up.
So we got one sausage famous pound cake, and then did somebody say green?
Dirty rice, I'm sorry.
We got green beans, and we'll do macaroni.
Okay.
And you're doing green beans and macaroni.
And I think they said Michelle Dirty Rice. Is that what? Oh, okay.
I was coughing, came in my throat. I said dirty rice.
Sister Kim? Black Eyed Peas for Sister Kim Johnson.
Check this out.
Ooh, a lot of stuff.
Sister Rosalind?
You said Kim. She already know. But something else we need what boiled corn and
Brussels sprouts. Sister Penny?
Corn.
Corn for Sister Penny. What
King
were you
said
going to do,
that.
Sister Rosalind?
What do you want?
I'm doing corn on the cob.
everybody say cabbage.
Water.
Bring some rolls.
Okay. Can you bring corn in those rolls that you bring?
Okay. Sister Rosalind, I didn't hear what you said. What were you bringing?
I forgot about them, Captain.
Do some
Can
desserts.
you do some sodas and water? Yeah. Thank you.
Paris?
Let me write that down. Hold on.
Okay.
Some more macaroni. I got 2 pans.
Okay.
Two big pans or two big pans? Okay, so we'll be good.
Somebody bring some salt. We got salt. I'm going to do the meat, but
Yeah, we got turn to the back in the back. Okay, as always, make sure that these things that you committed to, that you do bring, because we count on it on that day, because as you guys might not know, when we do not commit and we do not follow up, Sister Catherine has to run to the store. So, and that doesn't always work out. So make sure that whatever you commit to, that you do it on that day. If you're not able to attend, your schedule has changed, make sure you pass it to another member of the church that they can drop it off and take care of that for you.
Sierra.
Okay, Sister Rosalind, you wanted to say something else.
Kind of desserts what you like. Whatever you pick.
So we'll put you down for desserts, drinks, and waters.
I'll do some desserts too.
Sierra said it. Cody, you got dessert? Okay. Kim, Johnson, what were you saying?
Real cornbread, not you.
real cornbread.
Okay. Cabbage and cabbage corn, okay.
Okay. Hello.
Woo, glory. I forgot about them. Okay. What's Sean?
I give you glory greens. So, okay, I just want to hand.
That ain't going to feed.
Oh yeah, we did.
Sister Cheryl, what were you saying? I'm sorry. Cups and paper products?
Uh-oh. No.
Okay.
Y'all on Facebook?
sure that you follow up with that. I just have a few more announcements and we will be moving right along. Again, we have our women's ministry coming up November 10th. That will be at my house. If you have not RSVP'd, please make sure that you do that, so I make sure that I'm able to prepare a wonderful meal and a wonderful program for that evening. Again, it's a wonderful thing for us ladies to come together and celebrate us. And as we always say, whatever we share on that day, it stays confident, because this is women building up women, and it's a very great opportunity for us to do that. So if I don't have your name yet, please let me know, because I'm going to pick up everything by November 1st to make sure we're all prepared for November 10th. I think that's pretty much it. Everybody knows of next weekend, the 27th.
What's that?
What is it, Pastor?
I ain't know.
Oh. Yes. It's way off. Madison. Yes.
No. Please make sure you see me after church for any of those people that are celebrating with us next weekend. I need to do some final counts and get some things situated. It would be just important that I will be at the vestibule to make sure that everyone can check in with me. It'd be greatly appreciated. Again, yeah, because you got to look the calendar. As always, it's been a pleasure to be before you. It is always a joy. Make sure that we continue to pray for each other and we celebrate each other as we go on through the week. We never know what anyone is going through, so make sure we continue to pray for each other. On Thursday for choir rehearsal, please make sure you're going to be on time. It's going to be a little longer rehearsal as we do have our 14th anniversary coming up, and there's things that Heaven needs to go over in detail, so it's going to be a little bit longer because we have that second service. So please make sure you're on time and value everyone's time and space. I'm going to turn it back over to Pastor. I believe we have some birthdays coming up.
Sorry, get off her lap. Sorry, sit down.
That's all I have for today. Sister Kia is going to come up. She has a few words, and then we'll take care of birthdays. Thank you again.
I just wanted to come and say thank you to everyone that made the Fall Festival successful, whether it was you giving your muscle strength or donating food or clothing. And I especially want to say thank you to Pastor Brown for just allowing this to happen. I came to him with a vision and shared my heart with him, and he was behind it all the way. I want to say thank you to Reverend Garnett. I'm not sure where he is. Okay. And I want to say thank you to Reverend Garnett for just putting our heads together and just, like I said, just having a vision to reach out to the community and get them to come out and meeting them, and just to let them know that we're here for them if they ever needed us. And there are a few people that said that they were actually looking for church homes and they weren't sure where to go. I was hoping to see them today, but I don't think they came out. I went upstairs. But like I said, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody, whether you donated food or clothing or your time, those that led an activity. I just want to say thank you, because we definitely couldn't have done it without you.
Thank you, Sister Kia. Real quick, Pastor, are you still doing anything for the 27th for the movie night for the kids? Okay, so make sure, what time do they need to be here? 6 o'clock for movie night for Hallelujah. If your kids are participating, see Sister Johnson. Thank you so much.
I thought it was 31st.
31st. Yeah, 31st. Well, y'all know we don't celebrate Halloween, goblins and all that, but what we try to do we call it Hallelujah Night. And so we put that in place because we don't want our kids going house to house, people putting razor blades and apples and all of that stuff. We don't want to take that chance. So this year, Lady Kim Riley Johnson, she's going to have a movie night for the kids to hang out. and give them candy and stuff. So if you want to drop candy off at the church on Tuesday, do a Tuesday teach time. So each one of our kids can have their own bag of candy, whatever kind of treats. But that's for safety for our children. So please, we want our kids. It's not like it used to be. So let's do our birthdays and let's get ready to get out of here. Unless, oh man, I forgot. Well, I'm so sorry. We're about 3 weeks late. You're almost another year older. But we're going to sing happy birthday to you. And I want to encourage you, keep on doing up the good work. I told you what your teacher told me about your school and the martial arts and stuff. And you keep on being a sweet little girl that I expect you to be and God expect you to be, okay? All right, let's stand up and do a happy birthday song. You been 1-0 now, ain't you? Ain't you big 1-0? Team? Oh man, girl, get on, girl. She's a good girl. Come on, put those hands together, come on. Oh, happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday. Oh, myself, happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, you're looking good. Oh, you're looking fine. And we hope. Happy birthday to you.
Sasha, this your phone?
And don't get cold, it's more like it. Got some more. Amen. Amen. Everybody, just want to make sure I'm on her miss now.
You gotta come back here when she get through.
Okay, Penny said she got something for her. Somebody bring it up for Penny. Bring that 20 on up here.
Bless you.
That's an 85 right there, boy.
It ain't 85.
And what you want to say? Give her a hand. Got a picture. Come on, look back up. Let it hurt. Hello,
let me pray.
Let's go home. Come on, let's stand. Amen. Amen. Thank y'all so much. Y'all look so good in your pink. And if y'all got some more pink next Sunday, let's go ahead on and take the month out. If y'all got some more pink. I got some. My socks, boy. I love my socks, boy. I'm gonna hold on every year. Come on, say this time. And I'll wear them twice too. I have to. Hallelujah.
We're gonna wash it now.
Let's pray. Father God, in the name of God, but we thank you, God, for an awesome day. Thank you for a wonderful church, for wonderful people. Everything from start to finish. Thank you for the praise team, the electrifying musicians, the media, the ushers, the hospitality. admin. God, we just thank you for everything. The mothers ministry, deacons, preachers. God, we just thank we've been blessed. Our young people, our children, God, we thank you for a church, God, that we can exercise our gifts and we can be encouraged and support one another. And thank you, God, because it's just the beginning, God, because the best is yet to come. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Look at them and say, neighbor, make sure that your ship is a right ship. All right. See, I ask you to put in those songs.